Hello, Harry, Mr. Cash. I can't talk right now, Harry. I'm at the dentist. Well, hello.
Oh, thank God, air conditioning. You know, it's 140 degrees outside, I swear. I mean, it gets hot in California, but nothing like this. Hi, Bobby Michelle.
Yes, come on in. I'll close the door. It's cooler.
I was wandering up and down the hall. All these apartments look alike. This is nice. I like this. I'm not disturbing you, am I? I mean, you're not busy or anything?
No, not at all. I was expecting
I
you.
wasn't sure I'd get here on time. I just got through with my audition.
No, it's fine. Remember, I said 3 o'clock.
Oh, it's got to be 110 out, right? I mean, forget about breathing. It's over. Hey, are you sure I'm not disturbing you? I could come back later.
No, I'm positive. I'm clear until 5. Hey, how about a nice cool drink?
Oh, I love this neighborhood. I knew this street looked familiar. I once had a girlfriend who lived on this block, 47th between 1st and York.
Well, this is 37.
37th, of course. Then she couldn't have lived on this block. Oh, that is better. The Schubert Theater was a sauna bath. Oh, and listen, my accompanist did show up, which I have you to thank for because you were so sweet in the park yesterday, and I want you to know I've not forgotten it. But here I am talking, and I haven't really even said hello yet. Hello!
Hey, hello!
Hello, here I am!
So I see!
God, I talk a lot when I get nervous. Have you noticed that? I'll try and stop it if I can. You'll have to forgive me.
Are you nervous?
Well, I'm not nervous now, but I was nervous before. I just had a terrible experience with a cab driver. Oh, I don't want to go into it. God, I just wilt in the heat. If I pass out on the floor, I'm just going to have to trust you.
Well, you don't have to worry.
Well, you're not a cab driver. You wouldn't try something like that.
Well, like what?
He wanted to make it with me under the Manhattan Bridge during his lunch hour. Oh, listen, can we forget about it? It's over now. I must look awful.
Not at all. You look lovely.
Oh, Puff, I don't.
You do. You do.
Give me 3 minutes and I'll dazzle you. Did you get shorter?
Shorter? Since yesterday?
Why do you look shorter?
I can't imagine why it would look shorter.
Oh, flats.
Flats?
I was wearing flats yesterday. I put on heels for my audition today. I got taller. Actually, you're not really short. Oh, you know that.
Well, you know, sometimes a person with big bones.
You know, I couldn't make out your handwriting. I thought I had the wrong address. 432 East 37?
Yeah, that's the right address.
Well, I should hope so. Otherwise, where am I? And who are you? That's silly. If I'm goofy today, it's the heat.
I don't think you're goofy at
I
all.
am. I'm goofy. Let's let's face it.
I think you're charming.
Well, I know I'm charming, but I'm also goofy, which I think is part of my charm. That's a terrible thing to say, isn't it?
No, frankness can be very...
It's terrible. I can't help it. I'm so open about things. That's why I'm always getting myself into trouble. You know what I mean?
What kind of trouble do you get into?
Oh my God, I didn't notice it. You shaved your mustache.
What mustache?
Didn't you have a mustache yesterday?
Me? No.
You never had a mustache.
Never. I don't look good in a mustache. It doesn't grow in thick on the left side.
Who am I thinking of? Who did I meet yesterday with a mustache?
Oh, that I can't help you with.
I just can't think straight. I am still a nervous wreck over that cab incident. I've been back in New York for 3 days, and look what happens. I just want to forget about it.
Certainly. Hey, how about a nice cool drink? I got J&B Scotch, a Wolfsmith vodka.
I wrote down the cabbie's name, Max Schellenstein. I was going to report him to the police, but he started to cry. Tears pouring down his face. I thought his cigar would go out. And then he pleaded with me how he's been married for 27 years with one son in Vietnam and another one in medical school, and how he didn't mean me any harm. And I felt sorry for him, so I said, all right, I wouldn't report him. So then he thanked me and asked me to reconsider going onto the Manhattan Bridge. How do I look? Better?
Marvelous. Gee, that's terrible.
Oh, it happens to me all the time. Coming in on the plane from California, the man sitting next to me kept feeling me up all during the movie. I don't want to go into that. This is the kind of place I'm looking for. Does it have a terrace?
No terrace. But he was feeling you?
Well, he said he was looking for the dial to turn up the volume. But he didn't even have the headset plugged in his ears. Nice view.
Why didn't you say something?
Well, he was Chinese. I didn't want to seem bigoted. And then he has the nerve to call me in the middle of the night. Some strange Chinaman.
Well, how did he get your number?
I don't know. I must have given it to him or something. Oh, look, what's the difference? It's over. Let's forget it. Hey, am I talking too much? I haven't given you a chance to say anything.
I am fascinated. Those are incredible stories.
How do you mean incredible? You don't believe them?
I do believe them.
Because they're true.
That is the fascinating part.
Maybe to you. They were terrifying to me.
To me too.
Can I have a drink?
What a great idea. A J&B, a vodka?
You know, I don't provoke these things. They just
Well, it
happen.
doesn't surprise me. You're such a pretty girl.
I don't know why they single me out. I'm always getting these obscene telephone calls.
Well, you know, actually, there's an awful lot of that going on.
I get it wherever I go. One time I wasn't home, he left an obscene message.
My goodness.
And the language? Oh, I have never heard such filth. I once got a call where this psycho actually described vile and indecent acts for over 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
Listen, if you don't shut me up, we'll never stop talking. What time is it?
It's 3:15.
Oh, God, I gotta make a call. May I? They don't have it on me.
Yes, certainly.
Is this where you write those sea stories you were telling me about?
Yes, I work here during the day. As a matter of fact, it's my mother's apartment.
I knew this writer in California, a registered weirdo. He used to write these underground movies you see on 8th Avenue. You know, Sex Family Robinson, Tom Swift and His Incredible Thing. I thought I was in love with him until I found out he was deranged. I mean, the things he wanted me to do.
Like what?
Oh, God, I couldn't repeat them.
Well, that's all right. You can repeat them.
She hears the phone. She is just a lazy bitch.
But like what? What kind of things did he want you to do?
I couldn't tell you. I told my analyst he went into cardiac arrest. Can you believe this? I could wait here for 20 minutes.
You mean things together or alone? Now, what kind of things?
If I tell you this man had his teeth sharpened, can you fill in the rest?
His teeth? My God.
The man was psychotically inclined. This is adorable. Is this your mother?
No, it's me. But did you ever do any of them, these things they wanted?
Me? No, never. Of course not. Some. Otherwise, I was afraid he'd kill me. Hey, is this you and your father?
Yes, but he actually forced you to do these things?
You don't play it cool with a man who had his teeth sharpened. Were you both in the Navy?
No, if you look close, it says Queen of the Sea at the top of the sailor caps. I can't imagine what kind of things he made you do.
Please forgive me for what I'm about to say, but the man was a shit. Am I forgiven?
Certainly. But how did you get hooked up with a guy like that?
By sheer chance. He was living with my roommate and she moved out. Hey, did I tell you about my audition?
No, you didn't.
Do you have to go somewhere?
No, I'm clear until 5. Now, what happened at your audition?
Oh, I was fabulous. David Merrick thought I was the end.
No kidding. David Merrick?
Well, it was dark, but it was somebody with a mustache. Anyway, they went absolutely ape over me. I mean, they really loved me. I would have gotten the part except they wanted a Negro girl. But that's how it is in the theater today. You're not black, you're nowhere. Anyway, it was my best audition thanks to this groovy accompanist I was telling you about. Which brings us to why I'm here, doesn't it? I owe you $20.
Well, there's no hurry.
What do you mean? You were nice enough to lend me $20 for an accompanist. A stranger you met in the park. And I promised you I'd pay you back today, didn't I? I insist.
Well, all right.
The thing is, I don't have the money. I'm good for it, though. If I don't get a show in New York, I may do a series of one-night concerts in New Zealand. I just wanted to show you some stills from this movie I was in, so you'll believe I'm really an actress. That's me on location in Malibu. And those are the stars, Frankie Avalon, Annette Funicello, and the Beach Boys.
Oh, wow.
It was a cute picture. They used the basic story of Wuthering Heights, and then they worked in Surf Riders.
What a great idea.
And that's me with Fabian.
Fabian?
Who, and I say this with deep sincerity, is one of the great human beings I have ever met. He was unbelievably kind to me when I had my accident.
Well, what kind of accident did you have?
I was beaten up by some Mexican in a motel. How I got there or who the Mexican was, I'll never know. Yeah, the police will never give you any information.
Gee, the things that happen to you.
I certainly don't look for it. Goodness, you must think I'm some sort of bizarre femme fatale. Can you believe this?
Well, who are you calling?
My answering service. At least she promised she'd take messages for me. I'm the worst damn luck with roommates.
Oh, you live with someone now?
Heinrich Himmler. I can't afford my own place yet. So in the meantime, I'm staying with this Nazi vocal teacher. She is not just German. She's actually Nazi. She wears black shirts, boots, the whole thing.
My God.
Great vocal teacher, though, if you don't mind getting whipped.
You're not serious.
Wilhelmina weirdo. She paid $400 to have a 3-inch scar put on her face. My suspicion is that she's sexually, what's the word?
Aberrated.
No, worse than that.
Worse than aberrated?
She's got this queen-size bed in her room with a leather bedspread. Doesn't that seem funny to you?
You know her better. I mean, you live with her.
Goodness, how would I know? I'm no lesbian. I'm just staying there because she's a damn good vocal teacher and she's not taking any rent.
How come?
Because she thinks I'm going to make it very big in this business and she wants to get in on the ground floor. Oh, finally. Hello, Hilda. Was nicht wissen, ob Lüster schon Mister. I make up German, she gets hysterical. Now where? With a friend. Did the Mark Griffin show call? Well, how would you know? Where were you for 20 minutes? Downstairs in the bunker? I already told you just a friend. No, it's not another girl. No, I don't think I'll be home for dinner. No, you know what? I won't be home for dinner. Just a minute. Are we going to have dinner?
I don't think I can tonight.
Yeah, I'll be home for dinner. About 6. I promise. I said I promised, didn't I? Then auf Wiedersehen. Do you know choral director at Radio City Music Hall.
Well, if you're so uncomfortable, why do you stay with her?
You know, you are the second person who's accused me of being a homosexual.
I didn't say you were a
I mean,
homosexual.
my goodness, the thought of that makes my skin crawl. That is the one thing in life I find revolting. I mean, I sleep so far away from her in that bed. She'd have to take a taxi to get near me. People can be so vicious sometimes. Are you married?
Yes, I'm married.
The other person who suggested it was this kinky writer who would stoop to anything because I wouldn't do these terrible things I told you about before. I mean, not all of them.
Listen, you sure you don't want another drink?
Oh, listen, I didn't mean you when I said people can be vicious sometimes.
Oh, that's all right.
You're not vicious. You're married. Married men are rarely vicious. They're too guilty.
Do you find that?
Without exception. Except for this one married man I knew. Was he ever vicious? Oh, goodness, I'm letting you in on everything. Whatever happened to the woman of mystery? Do you mind terribly if I smoke?
Oh, please smoke. I got plenty of cigarettes. I got a carton of Marlboro, whatever you want.
I have my own, thanks. Promise me you won't ask me about this married man, because it is one episode in my life I would rather not discuss.
Certainly, I understand. Here you go.
If I tell you, it'll go no further than this room.
Well, we don't have to discuss it if it's too, private.
For obvious reasons, I can't reveal his identity. Let's just call him Mr. H. That's all I'll divulge about him. Mr. H.
I understand.
Arnold H. He lives in Palm Springs, California, and he's in the hotel business. You've heard of him, I'm sure. He had a big spread in Time magazine.
What was that?
I'm sorry, I can't betray any confidences. I don't think we should talk about this. Would you like one of these?
No, I don't really smoke.
I don't either. I mean, not cigarettes. Anyway. What's the house estimate? It's really short. Movie producer.
Excuse me. I didn't mean to interrupt, but is that?
I didn't catch the last word.
I didn't want to say it too loud. There's this old lady who lives next door and she listens to everything. Is that marijuana?
Uh-huh.
Pot?
Peacock! Did you change your mind?
No.
You sure?
I'm trying to cut down.
Actually, it's a blend. Half Turkish tobacco and half grass. It's prescribed by my doctor in Beverly Hills because I have this inability to swallow pills. Are you sure? They're not strong. They're a 20-minute freak out at the most.
Maybe later.
I take it for medicinal purposes, but you can get high if you like. By the way, you have a nice smile.
None other women have told me that.
You're a very basic person. No crap, am I right?
Well,
Sincere, sweet. You meet so damn few in my business. Anywhere for that matter.
some of the people that I've run across.
What the world needs now. Sweet love. That's the only thing that there's just too little of. That's what I'm going to do if I get the Marv Griffin show. If the beast of Berlin ever takes my messages. I like the color of these walls. I am so sick of white walls. Is the door locked?
Yes, it's locked. Is there something wrong?
I just wanted to make sure. I thought I saw somebody following me outside. Probably not. Hey, is this a rent-controlled building?
Now, what do you mean? Who would follow?
Who indeed? That's a good question. I'm just being silly. Why don't you just check the lock?
It's locked. I checked. You mean it's possible that someone knows that you're here with me now?
Oh, that's sweet. You're worried some jealous nut is going to rush in here and blow our brains out. We're not being kick, a regular bloodbath.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, that's one way of getting your name in the papers. No, I think we're okay.
Look, Bobby, the reason why I asked you here today was my intentions were to ask you here today. It was just merely one of convenience. I mean, you wanted to pay me back the $20, and I thought this was as good a place as any.
Goodness, that was understood. You certainly didn't think I was coming here to be seduced. All gone. Finished my pot like a good little girl. Now don't forget to get rid of this. Tear the paper, scatter the ashes, and flush the toilet twice. You can't imagine the number of people who are serving time today because they only flush it once.
Flush twice. That's a really good thing to remember. Right, it leaves a slight odor, doesn't it?
You want me to open the window?
You know, Bobby, when I talked to you in the park, it was only because I thought you were in trouble. I never do those things. It's very rare for me. The thing is that you seem so all alone. You had this sad look on your face. So troubled and so distraught.
Did you ever see that man before?
What man?
The one across the street in front of that building. Have you ever seen him standing there?
All the time. He's the doorman.
I was just wondering. Do you think I'm being silly?
No. Well, I'm not sure. You seem like you're worried about something. I mean, even when you were sitting in the park.
Can I trust you? I mean, absolutely trust you.
I'd like to be your friend.
I'm not crazy or anything. So what I tell you, you must accept as the gospel truth. Do you know he had my dog kidnapped?
Who?
Mr. H of Palm Springs, California. He had my 13-month-old Lhasa Apso kidnapped. You promised I could trust you.
I wouldn't tell that to anyone. Why would he kidnap your dog?
Do you think I'm making that up?
You tell me a man kidnapped your dog. I accept it.
I mean, the dog is gone. He loves me, and he knows his way home. So he's obviously being held against his will.
Your Lhasa Apso? Did you call the police?
What's the point? They're in on it, too.
The police are in on kidnapping your Lhasa Apso?
Mr. H is also one of the biggest political bigwigs in California. Who would you say the police are more likely to cooperate with? Oh, listen, the things that I could tell you about men I have met. Someday I am going to write a book naming names, dates, and places, and I wouldn't leave a single man out.
Hey, once in a while, you must have run across a nice man.
Oh, you wouldn't be in the book. You have sensitive hands. That's how I knew you were nice in the park yesterday. I can tell everything about a person just by looking at his hands. You have such long, delicate fingers.
Well, I knew a girl in school once who could determine...
What's it all about? Is it just for the moment you live? What's it all about when you started out? I smell oysters. What could that be?
I can't imagine. Bobby, the reason why I asked you here today...
Oh, God, how I miss my dog. He kidnapped him because he was jealous of anyone or anything I cared about. He didn't want me to have a dog, or a car, or a career, especially a career. He knows I am enormously talented, and he's afraid of losing me. But that's his problem, because nothing is going to stop me. I'm going to make good no matter how many opportunities he tries to block. I got it. I know that. You could ask anyone on the coast. The town is there. It is just a question of time. Do you know, he had me fired from the Coconut Grove. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't.
On opening night, after the first show. And I was fabulous. You could ask my agent. He'll give you an unbiased grade. Didn't you ever stop to wonder why I was never on the Hollywood Palace?
I can't say that I did.
I had a 2-week contract at the Coconut Grove. They had to pay me off. But I wasn't allowed to sing the second show. And who would you say was responsible for that?
Sure sounds like Mr. H to me.
Because he knew the producers of the Hollywood Palace.
the same ones that were in on the Lhasa Apso job?
Are you trying to put me on?
I swear I'm not. I certainly am not. I think I'll have a drink.
That's why I had to leave the coast. He blocked every move I made. You know, he once tried to have me committed to a hospital.
Why?
Obviously to keep tabs on me. Actually, it was my own fault. I was faking a nervous breakdown. I made believe I went crazy one day at the department store, and the police came with an ambulance. He must have had me followed, because that ambulance was there in 5 minutes. Who else could have sent them?
Well, what did they do?
They just held me for observation.
And sent you home?
In 12 weeks. You know, he must have paid them off, otherwise why would they keep me there? It wasn't too bad, though. I wasn't working anyway. Hey, I ask you, is that some experience?
That's some experience.
Hey, have you ever heard of Babylon Revisited?
Who?
Babylon Revisited. It's a rock group. They want me to record with them. But once you do the Janis Joplin scene, your voice is gone in 2 years. Don't you think I'm better off taking the David Merrick show?
But I thought they turned you down.
Where did you hear that?
You told me that before.
I didn't say they turned me down. I said they took the black girl.
But you didn't get the part.
What are you trying to say?
Well, hey, I'm not trying to say anything. Why are you so angry?
I am not angry with anyone.
Oh, you seem so upset.
I am not upset. I am not angry. I am not uptight. I am not anything. I'm turning on again.
Look, Bobby, I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, it's getting kind of late, you know?
And you want me to leave?
Well, no, I don't want you to leave.
But you'd be happier if I left.
Happier? No, not happier.
Don't worry. I won't try anything.
Like what? What would you try? What would you try?
Nothing. I thought you were looking at the scars on my wrists. You're wrong about them.
I never even noticed them. Hey, your scars are your business.
I was watering plants and the window fell on my wrist.
God, that happens to everyone. I know people with the same scars.
Forgive me, you know what? I am suspicious of everyone. I really have to run.
God, isn't that terrible? Just when we were getting acquainted. But if you gotta rush off, you
I
gotta
just
rush
have to
off.
have a few drags before I face the world again.
Now? Now? Well, wouldn't it be better facing the world first and then resting when you got home?
Doctor's orders.
I wouldn't want to keep you without your medicine, but... what's that?
You promised you'd have one with me later.
I said maybe later.
You said later.
Oh no, I said maybe later. I remember putting the maybe just before the later. We were talking about the Mexican in the motel.
I think it is very impolite of you. I am not going to leave unless you have one with me. If I have to stay here all night.
2 puffs. 2 quick puffs, and then I really got to get back to work.
I like the way you hold it in your mouth. You can tell a lot about a person by the way he holds a pot in his mouth.
Here we go.
Good, huh?
Oh yeah, man, that's fine.
It's better when you close your eyes.
Wait, listen, don't I know it? I really have time to close my eyes. I'm going to take one more puff and then I got to get back to work. My best fight this week.
Good. Let me see you get it in your lungs and hold it there.
You don't want to see that. What's there to see? A man with pot in his lungs? You've seen that 100 times.
Why won't you inhale it?
I will, I promise. Watch.
Swallow it. Swallow it. Okay, now exhale.
Oh my God! Where did it go? It's still in there!
For a little while, your mouth will start to feel numb and your toes will start to tingle.
Oh, great, I can't wait.
What do you feel now?
Outside of a short pain, nothing very much.
Is your mouth getting dry yet?
Well, a little bit. It's starting to get dry now. There it goes. It's all dry now. Oh, God. Where's my heart?
Relax, don't fight it, honey.
I'm not fighting. I'm letting it do whatever it wants.
Hang it out for the world to see, honey.
Oh, I'm hanging it out. I'm hanging it out. Here we go. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going.
Just let yourself go.
What is that? What is that?
What?
I hear my eyes blinking. Well, there it goes again.
You got it, baby. Want it.
I'm floating it.
God, the things that have happened to me.
I heard. I can't wait to read the book.
Did I tell you about this man in California?
The dog napper or the tea starter?
I was in love with him. You know how I can tell. You must have suffered plenty, didn't you?
Oh, years ago, I was involved with an older woman from Newark, New Jersey.
God, I know that scene. How long did it last?
About 15 minutes.
God, to make it alone in this world. All I need is one show. Town's there, it's just a question of time.
That's all it is, Bob.
People don't want to see you make good. They're all jealous. They're all rotten. They're vicious.
There's so many things that I wanted to do, but I'll never do them. There's so many things I wanted to say, but I'll never say them. We're just twats. We're just twats. Help!
What?